you, love. Okay, it's 8:01. So Sarah gets on here. I got on here right on time. Hey, everybody. I know Sarah's going to be on here, and see, I'm not the best at like being on time. So I'm really happy for that. And there's Sarah. See, 8:01, girl, 8:02. I told Izzy, I'm like, Sarah's going to be like looking at the clock. So, okay, so let's do this because it's Sunday night and we're getting back from fall break. Hi, Lisa. There you are, Sarah. Sarah, one of these days you're going to come online or you're going to come on live with me. I swear. Lisa, it says you too. It says go live with Lisa Hicks. Okay. So it's Sunday night, and if you're in Cass County, then your kids were on fall break this past week. So I don't know if this is going to be an hour long, but I'm going to try not to make it because she like still needs to take a bath. Hi, Peyton. There's Peyton. You remember Peyton? That's your sister. Okay. So tonight, what I want to do this master class about is about, I put setting goals like a goddess. But my method is like, it's intertwined with setting goals and then manifesting. There's like NLP techniques, and then there's manifestation techniques like visualization and stuff. Honey, you're going to have to like chill for a minute. Visualization and meditation and all of that. And I have been wanting to like teach you guys this for a while, but up until recent events, I haven't felt ready yet. And now I'm ready for this because I've done it in my own life. Like I have transformed my life just by healing the like my trauma and my stories and my limiting beliefs, and I've done all this work and I've gotten certified as a coach, and like I am ready. So tonight we're going to talk about how to set goals / manifest to start getting really what you want, because I sucked. Hi, April. Hey, Josh. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you forever. I love going live on my personal page. But I sucked at setting goals. Like I went to college and I graduated. Like we all have the preset goals, right? Like I call them our fated goals. So I'm going to explain what goddess goals versus what fated goals are. Hi, Sherry. Rogers, gosh dang, you guys. I'm so happy to see all of you. So the difference is a fated goal is like goals that are preset for you. So graduate high school, go to college, get a degree, find a good man or woman, get married, have babies. You know, that's like preset. That's like a timeline. Like and then if you don't, like I'm 36 and I'm still not married and I have 2 kids. And so I definitely did not do things the way that they were expected of me. However, I love how it all happened. Like I love my past. I love how things happened because that's where I'm at now. And that's where I want to help all of you get to that. So a goddess goal is a goal for a woman, or even like maybe a god. Sorry. I work with women, so I'm sorry, Josh, if he's still on here. And David, but, so goddess, it's when you're in your truth. Okay. So to give you an example, my awakening happened. I was asleep. This is how it feels. This is how it felt. I was asleep and then I woke up, and that's exactly how it felt. And it happened over the course of like 2 years, which it's still happening. You know, my healing's never going to be like done. Izzy, stop doing that, baby. Our healing is never finished. We're always on this journey of healing ourselves and becoming the best version of ourselves. So with goals and manifesting, I set goals using I'm now like an NLP practitioner, and I set like specific goals, but then I also do energy work. And so the energy work I'm talking about is you change up your stories because we've been telling ourselves stories. So for instance, just now, Like literally, like 2 minutes ago, I said, I've never been good at setting goals. That's a story. That's not even true. That's just something I tell myself because that's what my experience has shown me. So the first step, and this is the first step of my journey of what happened to me. I started like calling out my stories. I got really honest with myself. Like, I mean, very honest. And I started questioning my belief system, like the things I grew up believing. I was like, is that really true? And I grew up in a church, like a Baptist church, and my mom's family is like really, they're Christian. And then my dad's family was like, they don't really have a religion. It was just like cards and drinking beer at Christmas with them, and with mom, it's like praying and, you know, all that. So that was my life. And I never really, like, I pretended like I knew who God was, but I didn't. Like, I thought it was like a guy in the sky. I kid you not. And I was baptized when I was 12, and I didn't really, I didn't know. I didn't know what I believed. And then I dated an atheist, or a guy, someone who didn't even believe in God at like 21. And I'm from a small town. I'm from Galveston, Indiana. And that's like super small. So everyone believed in God, like to my knowledge, like, you know. And so when I met him, I was like, yeah, that he'd bring up some valid points, and like, he'd be like, oh, evolution, da, 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 da. So that was when I was 21. And so till I was like 31, I really didn't believe, I mean, I'm saying it right now, and my mom already knows, like, I didn't really believe in, and I didn't have like a faith. And so I was just like kind of floating around doing whatever I wanted, and like meeting goals that had been preset for me. So I went to college, I graduated, but I also was a party animal. I like to have fun in my 20s. And then at 33, I just, you know, it was like that, like literally. Hi, Shannon. Hey, Jenny and Amber. I'm so happy you girls are on here. So at 33, it was like, bam. I mean, I swear, that's how it felt to me. Like, I woke up one day and was like, started questioning everything. So that's the first step, like even in setting a goal or your goddess goal. So I'm talking about goddess goals. And those are setting goals that are authentic to who you are, like things you really want to do. You're not just setting this goal because your parents want you to. Hi, Melissa. Yeah. Oh, shoot. Sorry. I was trying to wave to you. I can't do that. I can't do that to every one of you, but I want to. So I was like, goddess goals are setting goals that you want to achieve, not just what someone else wants you to achieve, or what's the typical normal thing. Like when I graduated college, it was like really, really popular and like the thing to do to go to college to be a nurse. Jenny actually, she was on here. I don't know if she still is, but she's a medical assistant too. And then Sarah, she's an RN. And it was really because, I mean, not that because we have a heart we're healers at heart. I believe that my unconscious life was still like all those lessons were things that I needed to learn, and that was what I signed up for. So to set a goddess goal, you take out everybody else's opinions and you just start really focusing in on what you want. So for instance, Sarah, who's on here now, her and I started talking about, it's been like almost a year ago, and she came to me, like I remember her message, and she was like, I love what you're doing. I see how you quit your job and started an online business and all this. And I was like, well, actually I got fired. I didn't quit. I got fired. Hi, Brittany. And she's like, oh, okay. And so she wanted to know more, but she was working at a job where she hated it. She was making great money, but she hated her job. And as we talked more, she's like, I've always wanted to write. I'm a blog. I want to start a blog. I've always thought of that, but she never put a lot of thought into it. I don't think until her and I started talking, or maybe a little bit before that. But you really think that when you go to college and you get a degree and you get this great job, it's almost like you're set in it now, right? Like if you quit your job, people are going to be like, you're a freaking idiot. Or like, why would you do that? You have kids, it's irresponsible. And so we worry so much about what other people are going to think that we just stay miserable. And that's just not, I mean, it just doesn't have to be that way anymore. It's like a global like shift, like awakening of light work. It's called the age of light is what we're in. And I'm a light worker. My group, I know anyone who's in the Facebook, my Facebook group, the Soul Relaunch Society, like it's just a group of women who are ready to heal and start serving. Like we serve with our light. That's what I'm helping you do. But really with this training, what I want to help you do is to become that person, that other version of yourself that is going to reach these goddess goals. Because that's what I had to do. We don't get what we want, we get what we become. Okay, so if you're miserable and you're negative all the time, that's when you see people like bitching about their life and posting on Facebook. Hi, Kelsey. And you see all of them like, complaining about their life all the time, like all the time. It doesn't ever change. It's because that's the energy that they're calling in, and energy is everywhere. Like energy is it's just the way it is. And also where you put your focus, it grows. Where focus goes, energy flows. It's just the universal law. And so when we set a goal, we have to rise up to match that goal. So example is my life right now. So over the last year, like I said, I've done a ton of healing and inner work, and like I meditate now, and it's like my life, and really spirituality is just like interweaved into my life. And I have been with someone who was not that way. Like we started out on the same playing field, but then I got, I started healing, and I woke up. I woke up to how I was treating people, and I became self-aware. That's like that's also in that first step. You become self-aware of your bullshit, really. I mean, that's what you do. You call out your own stuff that you have been denying, or people will they identify you as a certain way, or or whatever. Like as growing up, you get these labels on you, and all of that it just went away, and I started rewriting my own stories, and things started happening. Like I started meditating. I got this isn't the first one, but the thing that like the catalyst to my healing was a book like this. It's a self-meditation book, and this is the same one, just it looks different. I gave the other one to my sister, and then I had to get my own. Same thing with this book, Super Attractor. I highly recommend this book. Like it's changed my life. I got this like almost a year ago, and like in my post, I said when that Amazon thing came, that I was like, I don't know, it just transformed my life. Like the stuff she talks about, and her spiritual teachings are, it's almost like, how did I not figure this stuff out before? Like we're always told teach or treat people the way that you want to be treated, and this and that, but then I don't know. But anyway, okay. So those two books are what changed my life right there. All right. And so that's what I started doing. I just dove in I got curious. And that's like the second step. So the first step is get aware of your crap. And then the second one is get curious. Instead of like approaching things with like judgment, which that's a whole other masterclass teaching that I'm going to do, because we either fear judgment or we judge ourselves all the time or whatever. Judgment is like is the biggest reason why we don't do anything. Like if I would have been afraid of judgment or had a fear of judgment, I wouldn't have got on here. I wouldn't do my lives at all. But I'm here to serve because I know somebody who, and even if I just had one person watch this, somebody needs to hear what I have to say. And it's not like no one else is saying it, but we all say it differently. And this method that has worked, like that I've done, is like, it's so intertwined with different stuff. But the basics are, 1, become self-aware, and 2, get curious and just start seeing what you're drawn to. And it's called your intuition. You start to listen to your intuition, your gut feeling, and things that you're curious about that may seem like taboo because your family is not used to it, or your group of friends, they like, for instance, when I started online business, none of my friends have an online business. So I kind of had to like get a group of people that did. I mean, that's what you have to do. And that's actually the third step, is to declutter your life of people who don't support you. People who don't, hi, Jeremy. People who do not wish the best for you, like your well-being. People that, not so much like positive, because that's what like a lot of these like another thing that I got on here for the steps says put positivity in your life. Yes, you should, but you just don't want to start throwing people out because they're not positive. Because, you know, sometimes people, I know some of my favorite people they're grumpy, but I love them and they want the best for me. And so that's not really what I measure it by. So the third step is declutter your life and start noticing who has your back and who doesn't. And you don't have to be like rude about it, but it's when you start setting boundaries. And that is something I never did. I was like a people like pleaser, doormat to the fullest. Like I wanted to make sure that whoever I was around, like I wanted them to accept me, right? That's what we want. And if we are worried about, not worried, but if we are saying yes to everything and we don't know how to say no and we don't want to hurt anyone's feelings and we don't want to come off mean or like a bitch or whatever, so we say yes to everything, that's not serving anyone. That's just hurting at the end of the day. So that is another thing. You set boundaries, even like small ones. And this is how you can start it, is when you start doing this decluttering of your life and of your house and of your computer, your Facebook, your phone, your everything. And I'm not saying do it all in like one day. Hey, Nikki. Hi, Andrea. I'm not saying do all this decluttering. It's not like I did it all in one day. Like I just finished my big round of decluttering with my relationship that I ended like 3 weeks ago, I think it was. Yeah, that's done with. And if any of you know me very well, Andrea, she knows me very well. And I don't think she knows very much about my recent relationship, but yeah, it's done because he was not encouraging me. This whole past year that I started my business, my VA online business, my web design business, I had no support, no encouragement. I mean, from my partner at the time, no support, no encouragement, no nothing. But I did it anyway. And I didn't need validation. I didn't know why I was doing this. I was just like, whatever, I'm still doing it, which I've always kind of been that way. But this time it was just like, I don't need your validation for me to sit here on the computer and learn how to do stuff, you know? And then like my udemy.com is an online learning platform that is like, oh, I love it. I went a little crazy the last year, but that step, get curious, like I took it really seriously. I love to learn. And once you start learning things and start discovering other things about yourself, and you really start to like, I don't know, the shift happens. That's how it happens. Okay, so that's the third thing. Declutter your life and put positivity around you. And that's going to lift your vibration, okay? Because at the end of the day, you have to become what you want. You don't get just what you want by setting the goal. You get what you want by becoming what you like. That vibrational frequency has to match that. And I have the best story to this that I'm going to tell you at the end, but I did this. I've done this. This is why I'm teaching this. This is why I'm telling you guys this, because I've done this work, and my close girlfriend Sarah, she's in here. She knows like what I talk about on here, I do in my real life. I'm an open book, and it's because I want to serve. I'm here to serve and help all of you like raise your vibration. Because if you imagine if we all, and which Andrea, she's like a light. She's a light worker, and she works for I don't know if you still work for the Hardy Group, but she's a realtor, and she's amazing because her light, like her personality is just like, it lights up a room, and she is in her purpose. Like she is, and that's when it happens too. You find what your purpose is doing this work. You find how God needs you. He works, you're a vessel. You become a vessel for his work, and you enjoy it at the same time. And it's just like, and like my group we don't have any religions. We're spiritual in my group. We don't have any religion because I feel that separates everyone. And that's my belief. That's my story. But anyway, okay. So back to the steps, sorry, because I know I'm not going to take. So the third was to declutter. And then the third, focus on like one thing. So what I mean by that is when you're focusing on, when you have all this stuff you want to call in. So for instance, like if you're wanting a new house and you're wanting a new car and you're wanting a new relationship and you're wanting, you know, your whole life sucks after you do the decluttering and like the life inventory. You're like, oh my gosh, my life is like, I'm going to get to another step with that because that's never the case, but focus on one thing that you'd want to, and that you want. And it's not so much improve, because with the fourth step, you should, or with the fifth, sorry, you should be grateful of what you have. And with any goal setting method, you always want to look where you're at. Like you want to set the goal and then look where you're at presently. And so with this, be thankful for where you're at and thankful for where you've been and thankful for appreciation is the highest vibration. It is the highest. There's like an emotional scale that in the Super Attractor book that I'll talk about in my group, but she has an emotional scale and appreciation is at the very top. So when you can get into what am I trying to say? A mood of appreciation, you're good, because then after that, it just grows and you start thinking about, I appreciate the mailman. I appreciate the electric company when I pay my bills. I appreciate the phone company. And when you start to appreciate stuff instead of looking at what someone's doing wrong all the time or where your house needs like fixed all the time and you're bitching about stuff all the time, that grows too. You can manifest things in the negative as well. You're always manifesting. All of us are all manifesting. We're all where we're at because of our energy and like our beliefs, our stories, and everything I've talked about so far. So anyway, that's the fifth, is you start to be grateful and you appreciate people, things, situations, experiences, and all of that. Because at that point, you shouldn't have many like negative things going on, right? Because you already like did your inventory. Okay. And then the fifth is to change up your language. So Izzy and I, my daughter, which you can come over here now if you want. Izzy and I, we changed up our language on money. It was like, I don't know, like 6 months ago. No, it was longer than that. It was like almost a year ago, where I told her, I said, do not ever say that's too expensive or we're broke or, I don't know, just certain words or statements that are in lack. So lack means like when you're coming from a place of lack, it's because you think that there is a limited resource of whatever that is. So for instance, when someone else gets a promotion and you don't, you'll be like, oh, I wanted that promotion. That's okay. There's more promotions that are going to come about. Same thing with like success and love. If you see when your friends get married, like I remember feeling this way when all my friends were getting married, like around me, and I was like pissed off. Like I wanted to get married so bad and I was mad about it. And then I would get like bitter and I like not even want to go to like the weddings, and it was just horrible. And at the end of the day, I have a secret. Hi, Jessica. I have a secret, you guys. So the next time you see somebody get something that you want, be happy for them, and it'll come your way too. When you're happy for someone and you send good vibes to them and you are happy that they have this great, relationship in their life now, that means that it's close to you. So for example, with my business, like I have income goals that I set every like quarter, and I see other like my business, besties, some of them, I'll see them hit that goal and I didn't, and I'm happy for them. And then I'm super happy for me because I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, it's right around the corner. I'm going to hit my goal because I just saw it happening. And that's true. It is. When you see things that you're jealous of, First of all, that tells you what you want in your life. That tells you what you don't have and you want it, right? Because you wouldn't be jealous if you didn't want it. And then two, it tells you that it's within arm's reach for you. So that's just a little like side tip. I didn't have that in my, but that is what it is. Okay. But our language, back to that, sorry. I don't know what, sorry. I don't know what she's doing, but Izzy and I, so I even, like, with her, I even had her, like, get on this wagon here of not saying things that came from a place of lack. So, like, when she wanted something at the store or whatever, I'd be like, we'll put that on our $10,000 a month list. And that's what we have. So she even says, she's like, let's put this on the $10,000 a month list. And I'm like, okay. I mean, she says it all the time. It's so funny. And so we have like a list of things that we want when we get to that $10,000 a month, because we're going to get there. And if you believe you're going to get there, you're going to get there. And if you're in service, God's going to take care of you. Spirit's going to take, it's a law. That's another law. So that is the sixth, I think, is change your language up. Stop being from a place of lack and say that, like, pay your bills and be thankful for it and all that. And then the seventh is to take spiritually aligned action. And this is from Gabby Bernstein, like, big time. This concept, like, changed my life. Spiritually aligned action is anything, any idea, any decision, any project, anything that's backed by inspiration, service, and belief, like faith. Okay. So, and what I mean, the counterpart to that is when we do things to get for our ego. So like we're doing something for like our colleagues to like see how good we're doing. Like we want to show off, or we want this promotion because then it'll help you get, someone else that you'll, like, basically if you step on people to get somewhere, that's not spiritually aligned action, and you shouldn't do it, because karma is real. And when you put out bad vibes and bad energy, you get it back. It's just how it is. So, all right. So that's the seventh and the final step. Okay. That's what I did. That in a nutshell is what I did to transform the way my life is going. Like it's just, okay. I'll tell you the big thing, the part now that's like really crazy. So I got rid of the most recent relationship in my life. I finished the decluttering because, like I said, it's not like in one day that you do it. Like it'll be over the course of like months. You just start decluttering things. And I finally cut off the last piece that was part of that old part of me. And I called in another, like a healthy, like a man who is possibly I could have a healthy relationship with, because I healed myself and I love myself now. That's why too, like self-love, when you love yourself, you start to attract people that respect you because they also love themselves and they also have good moral. I mean, you attract what you are, just like I started out this whole thing with. You don't get what you want, you get what you become, because and that's for everything. If you take a look back over your life and start looking at different experiences and situations that happened, you probably did call in. Like if you had shady relationships, like I've had a long string of shady relationships and toxic, and I was the toxic one most of the time. Like, I mean, it's not like the other one was perfect too, but I'm just saying, like I was not the best to these guys, and but I also was in a bad place. I did not care. I acted like I loved myself, but it wasn't like all authentic. And so now that I do, like, I really think that I'm like amazing, and because I want the best for everybody. I'm not trying to like get over on anybody. So I'll go over those one more time with you. I hope you like can write this down. I'll put it in the comments. So one, just like release, let go, declutter, surround yourself with people who want to see you do good and have your back. Okay. Relationships, even at work, everywhere. Like if someone is like crappy to you, then just don't talk to them. There's no law that says you have to talk to somebody. Okay. And then call out your stories. So if, like I said I don't do good at setting goals. Hi, Tina. Oh, I miss you. I love you. Tina's like my best friend for 30 years. And I'm about to go over the steps one more time here. Okay. So the second one I said, call out your stories. So like those stories, me saying I'm not good at setting goals. And that's a story. That's not really true. I haven't stuck to it. And then the next one is to focus on one thing. So like I said, when I started my journey, I wasn't like, oh, I want a pool and I want a new house and I want a new car and I want a $10,000 in my bank account and like all of this stuff. Hi, Brienne. I went to school with Brienne too. Gosh, I've known both of you guys for like 30 years. And so one thing at a time. And when you do it one thing at a time, you can, like, let's say, I'm trying to think. Okay, this house, let's take the house I'm in right now. It's a 4-bedroom house and I have an office. 6 months before I got this, no, not even 6 months, like 3 months before I got this house, and the way I got it is like crazy when you guys hear it, I wanted a 4-bedroom house. We needed a 4-bedroom home, or at least a 3-bedroom, and then I wanted an office. I have a business, I need an office, right? I focused on that. Now I didn't focus it to where I'm like journaling and saying affirmations and make a vision board and chant and all that stuff. No, I mean, yes, all that stuff helps because we're all energy. It's all energy is our entire being, but you focus on that. And so this is the story. So we were at a place where we had to be out of it in like 5 days or something. I think I told a similar story to the house before that one. Like last year was a bad year for homes. And we had like 5 days. So I was at home and I started crying and I was in the bathroom and I was just like defeated. I felt defeated and I was mad because of the situation with the house we were at. And I just thought, God, why are we going through this again? Like I really had just had it. And then I had to go get Izzy from my mom. And then I just had this voice, like not voice, my intuition. God was like, go to Walton. Drive to Walton. And I swear on everything, this is what happened. Go to Walton. And so I got Izzy and we drove to Walton. And there was, which my house that we're in now, was a sign. And it's right on 218, like right before you go over right here, the railroad track. And there's a sign that said 4-bedroom home, $700 a month or whatever. And I was like, there it is. And I called the number and the guy comes, Steve comes, and he goes, man, I'm glad you don't smell like alcohol. Because I guess he's like, I've had like 40 people look at this, and he knew my dad, and he gave it to us right then and there. How does that happen? Like, how does that happen? And book I was reading in the driveway as I was waiting for him to get here, this book. I was reading this book, but I wasn't putting everything together until like a couple weeks later. And I always do like a grateful. I always put 10 things I'm grateful for like every day. I was like, oh my gosh, I have a house with like an office and 4 bedrooms now. And I mean, I just started feeling my heart was so full because everything was coming. It was just crazy. Okay. So that will start happening for you when you start to also be authentic and genuine and start healing all of the stories again and all of the things that you believed, but because everyone else believed them, or because of opinions that people have had of you, or of even certain things. Like, so of all of this stuff, like crystals and like my oracle cards and all of that stuff would be like witchy, like, or whatever. It's like woo woo, right? Before I would have been like, that's for like tree huggers or something, or meditation that was a story. And that's so not true. Like, meditation has changed my life, like legit changed my life. It is so amazing. If you don't meditate, I highly recommend it. And Headspace is an app that I use. That's how I started meditating. That's how I learned to meditate, was Headspace. And I still use it now. I don't get old. It's not old to me. I have a Soul Space like starter kit that I made for in my group, the Soul Relaunch Society, that has like guided meditations and everything that I started with. I have in that starter kit, which I'll drop the link below. But what I did this training for too in my personal page is to let you guys know what my group's about, because it's not just, yes, I'm going to practice my coaching in there. And also I encourage women, which we have over 120, we have 120 women in there right now. And I encourage all of them to, if they want to go live, go live. If you want to, if you have a business, let me know. Let us know, because we're there to heal and support one another. And when you have a bunch of women, like in a collective like that, there's an energy, and the energy it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. So the next, I don't know, did I even finish that? Oh, and then be thankful, and then change up your language and take spiritually aligned action, which is not backed by your ego. It's backed by spirit, inspiration, and belief. Okay. So I'll write all of this stuff down, because these are the things step by step that I did. And when you start to change your language, it's because our words are vibrations. They send out vibrations in the universe. So when you talk positively, which there's been like scientific research behind this, that you like positive words are like, they make you stronger. Your muscles are stronger when you're telling the truth, which is called energy muscle testing. Sorry, I'm getting dry mouth. It's called energy muscle testing. And so if you tell a lie, your muscles are weaker. It's crazy. So that's what I mean by change your language, and then spiritually in action. So, and then tomorrow in my group, it's the Soul Relaunch Society, and I will drop the link. We're going to start a 7-day challenge to do all of this stuff that I'm going over. So like tomorrow, it's about decluttering, releasing your stories, letting go of stuff, calling your crap out, and then surrendering it all, and just not over, but you're going to rewrite your stories, and you're going to start to think about those things. Like if you're at a job that you hate, start to find things that you like about it. I mean, if you can't leave it and you can't find a new job, then look around, like, what do you like about it? And also remember that if you are at a high vibration, or you go, like Tina she is happy. She's the best like woman ever. Tina's always happy. Her staff loves her because she's a light worker. She walks in there and she serves as hey Lindsay, she serves as she's a vessel for God. She does God's work. That's what she's doing. That's what Tina has always done. Her vibration is just, her and I are so much alike. I swear we're like twins. But other people get that. Like when you walk in, if someone else is in a bad mood, if you're in a good mood, like don't sink down to their level, right? Uplift them, because you will. If you just continue to be, lighthearted and not worry about because at the end of the day, you guys, like I've lost 3 people close to me in the last 2 years, and Lindsay knows Daniel, and then my dad, and then my Juanita died, and it's just been like one after another. And it really, oh, hi Cassie. Oh, I just saw her face come up. But you really just start to start treating things differently. Like, is this really that serious? Like, life is so short. You don't know when you're gonna, especially how Daniel, his whole story, like, it's just, you never know, you never know. And so why live today in a job that you hate, or flip it and figure out what you like about it, and then find something else, or start an online business like I did. And I can help you. That's what I do with my, I create Squarespace websites. I help Sarah with her blog that she's not working on right now. But, and then I have my clients. I've met people all over. I love what I do. I'm working in my purpose now. Like, I love it. And I met Cassie. Cassie is my other best friend on here. I met her at Syndicate, and I loved that job too. I mean, yeah, they fired me because my thoughts weren't correct. They didn't align with them, but oh well, whatever. And it was like an opportunity. And that was the only time I'd been fired from a job where I was like, okay, because in Cassie, like, yeah, Cassie knows, like, I was already, yeah. So, if you have any questions, or if you guys have any like experience with this, like manifesting or setting goals, because I know they're 2 different things, and I didn't even all day, like today, I got stuck trying to come up with this list, because like I said, I'm studying like NLP, and it's like, it's really, Anyway, it got really messy, and I was just like, you know what? I'm not even going to go there because it gets really specific. But this is the stuff I just decided to just tell you guys what I did. Like, this is what I did, word for word. And I will put them in there. And then if you join my challenge, which I'll put the link at the bottom when I'm done here, because I might try to do it on here. But it starts tomorrow, and it's in the Soul Relaunch Society, and you can just request to join, and then I'll let you in. And if you also, I'm a spiritual life coach, and I'm gonna be doing my offers on Saturday. I'm going to be releasing them. So I'm going to be doing a group coaching program called From Wounded to Wild, and it's 6 weeks long. And so I won't get into that right now, but I will at the end of next week. And if you're interested in anything like this, like if you experience, hi Lance, he's like my guy best friend. Oh, and Ariana. But if you're interested in that, like if you've experienced something like this and now you're just kind of like lost and you don't know really what the hell to do with anything, then like reach out to me and we can talk about it. So yeah, I think that's it. What time is it? Okay, cool. It's not an hour. I'm proud of myself. Aren't you guys proud of me for not talking for the whole hour? Because you know I could keep talking. But okay, I wanted to pull a card real quick. I wanted to do it at the beginning, but I'll do it now. And I'm also going to do like these intuitive like coaching card sessions. Okay, intuitive card coaching sessions. I'm going to do those. I already did a couple for like my friends, and I've been practicing and stuff. And what oracle cards are just, it's a tool. It's not something to predict the future. Okay, like Lance, I already know you're like probably laughing at me, and I'm going to do a reading for you, buddy. That's what I'm going to do after this and send it to you. Hey, Dave. But what they are, it's just a tool. So like if you're having like you're confused about a situation, or like every morning I pick 2 cards, and one of them I always say, like I have the questions on the side here of the box, like what message do my guides have for me today? And the other one is, what is my intention and focus today? Or how can I serve today? Or what's the action? So it's like the message and the action. Okay, but I'm just going to do 1 card. I'm not going to do that. And they're just fun, and they're actually like really, really spot on a lot of the time. I know Cassie, I did one, she knows because I did it for her, and then I did it for Shelly, and then Amber. Amber said hers was like really crazy. Okay, here, we'll do this one. And all I do is I just shuffle them and then like see what card like pops out to me. That's all I do. It's not really that hard. Okay, this one, it says, your life is a canvas. Wow. You guys, I don't know. Okay, I know some of you just got here. I'm telling you how you can basically like create your life, your dream life. Like that's what I just taught everyone in here. And this card says your life is a canvas. Like what the hell? I don't even know how much closer that can get. Crazy. So yeah, your life is a canvas, artist, manifestation. You guys, you saw me pick this. Sarah, you saw me pick this card, right? I did not have it out. And oh wow. So see, you guys, this is like proof right here. Same thing. Sarah has a story. Sarah has seen 1, 2, 3, 4, like over and over, like months ago before she quit her job. And hi, Derek. And Ashley, Sarah kept seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? Like the numbers before she left her RN job. And then, she started seeing it again or something recently. Anyway, she just texted me today, and it's like, it said something about, it's about like life, making decisions and helping you get clear about stuff. Okay. So, but guys who just like got here. So I just pulled this card from my Oracle deck, and I just taught everyone, taught how to like manifest and what I did to my own life to like transform my life. And this card is, your life is a canvas, an artist, manifestation, creative accountability. So it has a whole like description thing with it, which I won't go into that. But yeah, they're just like a tool. These cards are a tool just to like give you some extra whatever. So again, if you guys have questions, let me know. I'll drop the link for the challenge that's going to start tomorrow in the Soul Relaunch Society. If you are healing, if you're ready to like, you know, start like enjoying your life and stop feeling like crap and depressed and stuff all the time. Because I don't even take depression medicine anymore. And I've struggled with depression, anxiety, addiction. I was a hot mess. Like, I'm not gonna say hot mess. I was asleep and then I woke up and that's where I am now. So if you're in that same situation and you are kind of like feeling lost and you're questioning like all the stuff that you've believed up till now, and then that's where I was, and just reach out to me. And I hope that you come over to the group. Like I said, there's 120 women over there. I serve women, guys. Sorry, Lance and Derek. That's Amber's stepdad, who I was just talking about. Okay, so it's under 60 minutes. I'm gonna get off here now. Thanks for tuning in. I hope that you get some like I hope that some things start happening for you if you just follow these things, and I'm going to post them on this video, and then I'll probably like make something with it if you guys want to like download it or something. So you guys have a good week, and I will get on here again next week when I have my other announcement. Okay? Night, guys.